Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Second and 10 now. Burrow. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 35.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
And the Jets are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. Here's Rodgers. And he'll find Hall. Finding room at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 36 yards on the play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he's gonna miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Bengals drive about to get going. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. It's caught. Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
11.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
11.
Now it's Burrow. He's got his man. That's Sample, the tight end. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Drew Sample, 34 yards. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7.
Kevin McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A throw on the money to Rager. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Jets have taken the lead. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And running with power here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Now Burrow on first down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Burrow. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Over.
Rager catches it left side. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On first down, Rodgers. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's
On second down, a run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Zerline now for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Gun. Flow.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and 9. They go play action with Burrow. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taken from just outside the 30. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. Rodgers now on 1st down. Down the left sideline. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. Well, the Jets continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Get 300! Get 300!
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
That's caught right side by Mims. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Miles Murphy in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
A 65-yard attempt.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. I got nothing after that try.
Yeah, don't even try.
I mean, he tried it from the parking lot. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Quentin Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll run with Hall. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we do.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Solomon Thomas. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Burrow will throw. This is Smith with a grab. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
11.
Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 48 yards. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Bengals 14. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got his big tight end here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he is down at the 48. A pick on the 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line.
That's good for Jets. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Now a 2nd and 10. Mims in motion left.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Rodgers to throw once more.
And this one complete again to Mims.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, let's go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Eluding the pressure right.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Burrow on play action. They'll roll him out right. He's got a man, complete.
Down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. Here's 1st and goal. To throw, Burrow. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Burrow.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Ashton Davis. And the Jets will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Rodgers throwing here.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Rodgers.
He's got his target. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's really been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Bengals. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now.
Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. Well, they need to score and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute. 1st and 10.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10.
11.
Burrow.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Jets are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Mike Hilton, he came up nicely there and dropped him behind the line of scrimmage.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.